Good day everyone. So we are here for another Science 10 lesson, specifically for our second quarter and second week or module number 2. Our lessons are based on SDO Caloocan Self-Learning Module entitled Solve the FEU Comparison. Today we are going to tackle about solving problems related to frequency, energy, and wavelength of an electromagnetic wave. So let us now begin. Here are the objectives of our today's lesson. At the end of the lesson, you should be able to first, solve problems involving wavelength, frequency, and energy of an electromagnetic wave. And second, compare the relative wavelengths, frequencies, and energies of the different regions of electromagnetic spectrum. So let us have a review. For this review, you should identify the word that describes each statement. So the first statement is, the Scottish physicist who predicted the existence of electromagnetic waves in 1862. And the correct answer is Maxwell. Second, it is a disturbance that travels through space and time and is usually carrying energy. Correct. The answer is a wave. Third, wave that does not need any media or medium to propagate and are produced by accelerating charges. Correct. The answer is electromagnetic. Fourth statement, a moving wave whose oscillations are perpendicular to the direction of the wave or path of propagation. Correct. The answer is transverse wave. And last, these are objects that move from one place to another. The correct answer is particles. Because we are done reviewing, let us now move on to our discussion. Because we are solving problems, we are going to tackle different formula. So the first formula is related to wave speed, frequency, and wavelength. All electromagnetic waves can travel through a medium, but unlike other types of waves, they can also travel in a vacuum or an empty space. They travel in a vacuum at the speed of light, which is 3.0 times 10 to the 8 power meters per second, or denoted as letter C, or the speed of light. The wave's frequency, speed, and wavelength are related by this formula. And the first formula is C is equals to lambda times F, which means C is the wave speed or the speed of light that is expressed in meter per second. F is the frequency and it is expressed in hertz. And lambda is the wavelength and expressed in meters. So let us try to use formula number 1 in solving problems. So we have problem set number 1 based on activity 1 entitled wavelength versus frequency. And we will be using the first formula, which is C is equals to lambda times F. So here is the sample problem number 1. What is the frequency of the radio waves with a wavelength of 20 meters? So in our problem solving, let us first get the given for our problem. As what we have on our initial discussion, letter C is equal to the constant for the speed of light. And constant for it is 3 times 10 to the 8 power meters per second. And based on our problem, we have only one value that is being given, and that is 20 meters. So 20 meters in our problem refers to the wavelength or lambda. So the missing unit in our problem is our frequency or letter F. Our general formula for the problem is C is equals to lambda times F. Because the one that is missing is our frequency, so we need to derive that formula for it. And the derived formula is none other than F is equals to C divided by lambda, or C, or the speed of light divided by the wavelength. So let us now put all of those values or given in our solution for the problem. So let us now put the different values on our formula, which is F is equals to C divided by lambda. So 3 times 10 to the 8th power meters per second divided by lambda, which is 20 meters, is equal to 1.5 times 10 to the 7th power hertz. Because what is missing in our problem is frequency, the unit will be hertz. Let us now move on to sample problem number 2. In our problem, the question is, what is the wavelength of a wave with a frequency of 3 times 10 to the 9th power hertz? So, let us now write the given. So, based on our formula, C is again equal to 3 times 10 to the 8th power meters per second, which is the constant for the speed of light. And based from the problem, the frequency of the wave is 3 times 10 to the 9th power hertz. So, what is missing is our lambda or the wavelength. Again, our general formula is C is equal to lambda times F, and we shall derive the formula for getting the wavelength. So to get the wavelength or the lambda, the derived formula is lambda is equals to C divided by F, or the constant for speed of light divided by the frequency. So let us now solve. So the unit for our C is again 3 times 10 to the 8th power meter per second, and we will divide it to the frequency given on the problem, which is 3 times 10 to the 9th power hertz. So as we divide it, the answer is 1 times 10 to the negative 1 power meters. We use the unit meters because what is missing is our wavelength. Let us now move on to the second formula, and it's related to our wave energy. Every type of electromagnetic wave carries a specific amount of energy, or denoted as capital letter E, the discovery of which was made possible by a scientist named Max Planck. He was able to calculate the exact multiplier to get the energy of a photon by an electromagnetic wave. And this energy or this constant is called the Planck's constant, with a value of 6.63 times 10 to the negative 34 joules second. The constant value can be used to get the energy of the electromagnetic wave using this formula. E is equals to H times F, where E is the wave's energy, H is the Planck's constant, with a value of 6.63 times 10 to the negative 34 joules second, and F is the frequency. Let us now apply what we have learned for our second formula. So let us have this problem set number 2 based on activity 2 from our module entitled Energy versus Frequency. And we are going to use this wave energy formula. E is equals to H times F. So let us now move on to the sample problem. And the problem states, what is the frequency of a photon with an energy of 8.0 times 10 to the negative 10 power joules? So here are the given. First, on our problem, the energy value is given, which is 8.0 times to the negative 10 joules. And based on our formula for the second one, the max constant, which is H, is equals to 6.63 times 10 to the negative 34 joules second. So what's missing is our frequency based on the problem. What is the frequency? So we will use formula number 2. E is equals to H times F. So we need to derive the formula for F by dividing energy and H, which is the Planck's constant. So let us now solve the problem. F is equals to, the energy is 8.0 times 10 to the negative 10 joules divided by the Planck's constant, 6.63 times 10 to the negative 34 joules joules second. And the answer is 1.21 times 10 to the 24 power hertz. We use hertz because the missing is frequency, and that is the correct unit for frequency. Let us now move on to the third formula, which is the combined formula for formula number 1 and formula number 2. So combining formula number 1 and 2 can give you the equation below that you may use in computing wave energy, and it's equals to E is equals to H times C divided by lambda, where E is the wave's energy, H is the Planck's constant, C is the wave speed, and lambda is the wavelength. Let us answer the problem set for the combined formula. So this one is based on activity 3, solving and comparing FEU activity from our module. So again, the combined formula is equals to E is equals to H times C divided by lambda. So let us now have the sample problem. Determine the wavelength of a photon with an energy of 5.1 times 10 to the negative 19 joules. So the first step, we need to tackle the given. So what's given in our problem is only the energy, which is 5.1 times 10 to the negative 19 joule. So we have the two constant, the Planck's constant H is equal to 6.63 times 10 to the negative 34 joules second, and our C, which is the speed of the wave, which is equals to the speed of light, 3 times 10 to the 8 power meters per second. Based on the problem, the missing is the wavelength or the lambda. So our formula for combined formula is equals to E is equals to H times C divided by lambda. So to get the answer, we need to derive the formula, and that formula is equal to lambda or the wavelength is equals to H times C divided by E. So let us now solve. So H, 6.63 times 10 to the negative 34 power joules second, multiplied by speed of light, 3.0 times 10 to the 8 power meters per second, divided by our energy, 5.1 times 10 to the negative 19 joule. So we need to cross out all of the units that can be cancelled. So the answer for the numerator for multiplying it is 19.89 times 10 to the negative 34 plus 8 meters divided by 5.1 times 10 to the negative 19. So let's simplify it, and our answer will be 3.9 times 10 to the negative 26 plus 29 meter, or in simple terms, we have 3.9 times 10 to the 7 power meter. Meter is used as the unit because the missing is the wavelength. So as a summary, these are the formulae related to frequency, energy, and wavelength of electromagnetic waves. So first formula is for the formula for wave speed, frequency, and wavelength. And it is C is equals to lambda times F. Second formula for the wave energy, E is equals to H times F. And for the combination of the two formula, or formulae rather, so we have E is equals to H times C divided by lambda. So we can use this different formula based on our given. So for our first formula, if the given is our wavelength and frequency, we can use this one. For our second formula, okay, so we are going to use this if in our problems there is no wavelength or lambda present. As well in our combined formula, so when there is no frequency on our problem, so we need to use the third or the combined formula. Part of our discussion, we are going to compare frequency, energy, and wavelength of electromagnetic wave. So we have tackled it in our first module or for the week number 1 module, but we have here the specific number of the frequency, energy, and wavelength so that you can visualize how is it. So we all know that the electromagnetic wave with the longest wavelength is our radio wave, and the one with the shortest wavelength is our gamma ray. As you can see here, the sizes of the wavelength differs, and as you can see, radio wave has longest among all of the wavelengths, which has the wavelength of 0.3 meters or greater than to it, and our gamma ray has less than 6 pm or picometers. Picometers is relatively more short or shorter than meters. When it comes to frequency, you can see that when we have the wavelength to be short, the frequency will be higher. So we can see that gamma ray has larger number for frequencies for the wave compared to others. Specifically, our radio wave has a few frequencies or has lower frequencies. When it comes to energy, you can see that when the frequency is higher, the energy of the wave becomes also higher. That is the reason why gamma ray has greatest frequency and energy among all, and compared to radio wave, it has the lowest frequencies, so it means it has also low or lowest energy. So I know that all of you are familiar with this image. So based on the illustration given, so you can see the drawing of the waves, and you can see that when we have longer wavelength, the frequency or the repetition of our waves becomes more less or less frequency or less frequent rather, and with our waves that has shorter wavelengths, the frequency of the waves is much higher. So there they have the high frequency. And as what you can see on our picture, that the colors of the visible light has different frequencies also. Red being has the lowest frequency among all of the colors, and violet has the highest frequency among all. Let us now move on to the important relationships regarding the frequency, energy, and wavelengths of electromagnetic wave. So let us have first the first pair, which is the wavelength and frequency. So wavelength, when we increase it, the frequency of our waves decreases. So we call that relationship as inverse proportion. So when the wavelength increases, our frequency decreases. So this type of relationship is characterized when one value increases and then the other value decreases. Let us now have the second pair, energy and frequency. When the energy of the wave increases, the frequency of the wave also increases. And we call that relationship as direct proportion. In direct proportionality, the value of one variable also increases to another one. The third set is the relationship between energy and wavelength. So when the energy of a wave increases, the wavelength of it decreases. So again, when we have this trend, one increases and the other decreases, we call it as an inverse proportion. So that's how we can summarize the relationships between frequency, energy, and wavelength of our electromagnetic waves. So here are the important things that you must remember. First, electromagnetic spectrum is the range of frequencies or the spectrum of electromagnetic radiation and the respective wavelengths, frequencies, and energies. Number 2, energy refers to the radiation emitted by the electromagnetic wave. Number 3, frequency is the number of cycles of a wave that passes at a point in a second. And the units of frequencies are the cycles per second or hertz. Number 4, Planck's constant is the exact multiplier to get the energy of a photon carried by electromagnetic wave. And fifth, wavelength is the distance between two peaks of a wave and usually measured in meters. For our lesson, let us check our understanding. Read each question carefully and write your answer on the answer sheet. Question number 1. What happens to the frequency of a wave when its wavelength is doubled? Again, what happens to the frequency of a wave when its wavelength is doubled? Letter A, doubled. Letter B, halved. Letter C, tripled. Letter D, unchanged. The correct answer is letter B, halved. So we can see now that the relationship between frequency and wavelength is inversely proportional. Second, which of the following colors of light consists of the longest wavelength? Again, which of the following colors of light consists of the longest wavelength? Letter A, red. Letter B, blue. Letter C, yellow. Letter D, violet. The correct answer is letter A, red. Number 3. Why do gamma rays have the greatest penetrating energy? Again, why do gamma rays have the greatest penetrating energy? Letter A, because they have the lowest frequency. Letter B, because they have the longest wavelength. Letter C, because they have the highest frequency. Letter D, because they have longer wavelengths than X-rays. And the correct answer is letter C, because they have the highest frequency. And as we all know that waves with high frequency entails having greater energy. Number 4. What is the wavelength of a photon with an energy of 5.1 times 10 to the negative 19 joule? Again, what is the wavelength of a photon with an energy of 5.1 times 10 to the negative 19 joule? Letter A, 1.9 times 10 to the 7 power meters. Letter B, 2.9 times 10 to the 9 power meters. Letter C, 3.9 times 10 to the 7 power meters. Or letter D, 4.9 times 10 to the 9 power meters. So for this problem, because the given is energy, and the missing is wavelength, what we are going to use is the formula for combined, formula 1 and 2, which is E is equals to H divided by C times lambda. So what is the correct answer? So the correct answer is letter C, 3.9 times 10 to the 7 power meters. Fifth question. What is the wavelength of a wave with a frequency of 3 times 10 to the 9 power hertz? Again, what is the wavelength of a wave with a frequency of 3 times 10 to the 9 power hertz? So we will be able to use the first formula, C is equals to lambda times F, to derive for the correct formula for solving this problem. So the answers, letter A, 1 times 10 to the negative 1 meter. Letter B, 100 times 10 to the negative 3 meters. Letter C, 1.4 times 10 to the negative 1 meter. And then letter D, 1.5 times 10 to the negative 3 meters. And the answer is letter A, 1 times 10 to the negative 1 meters. So what you're going to do with your scores? So if you're 4 to 5 points, you can move to the next lesson. 2 to 3 points, you can check your misconceptions or the items where you have wrong answers. When you have 0 to 1 point, you need to watch again these video lessons. So thank you for watching this video lesson for week number 2 for second quarter. So here are my FB and YouTube accounts. As well as these are my reference and guide from today's video lesson. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye!